And we welcome you back on the Westmoreland Sports Network pregame show as tonight the Derry Trojans take on the Southmoreland Scotties. Sitting here with Derry head basketball coach Damon Rause, who before last night's game was certainly wondering what the fate of the Trojans were going to be. If you lose that game last night against Laurel Highlands, Damon, you're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs based on the standings and so on and so forth. But you pull out a huge win last night, and now you're right back into the mix of things.
Yeah, it was definitely a big victory for us. We came into the game knowing that as long as there was a chance for us to get in the playoffs, we were going to work hard and do whatever it takes to come out with a good effort last night. And I think all year long it seems like we've been playing a lot of these teams tough, but there's been one quarter here and there that kind of put us behind at the end of the game. And I think last night was finally we got 4 good quarters from our team and kind of outworked them, and we actually pulled out the victory.
The last 2 home games that you score 50 points, you win. There's been a number of games, 6 of your 14 losses this season, Coach. You've scored under 40 points. It's been scoring that seems to be the problem on this team right now.
Yeah, definitely. We run a hard-nosed man-to-man defense, and sometimes when you do that, you make the other team's offenses work a little more, and so the scoring ends up to being in the 40s and 50s, and so we kind of slow down the game a little bit, and that was a mindset that we have coming in, that when you're slowing down these games and you get those offensive chances, you got to take advantage of them. And I think those early games, too many times we got a lot of shots off. We weren't making our threes, and we definitely weren't making our free throws. And every game that we started, hitting our free throws, that we got on the scoreboard pretty good, and it definitely helped out. We definitely got to keep that mindset that we got to relax out there and start being more comfortable shooting the basketball too.
So last night the kids know they're on life support. They know the situation, and you tell them what?
You know what? I told them, just play one game at a time, and we watched a film the last time we played them, and I think we lost by almost 20. But the way we were losing, it was just stupid stuff that was killing ourselves, not so much how we matched up. We really liked the way we matched up against them. They have a couple big kids. We got some big kids. We didn't feel it, that there was any kind of big mismatches that we should be afraid of, and so we just went out and played our game, and we took advantage of some certain things, and I think the kids are comfortable with our game plan. It seems like every time we play a team for the second time, they're much more comfortable knowing what's going on, and I think they played with a comfort level yesterday, and it showed throughout the game.
Certainly a very physical game last night, hoping for another one of these tonight. You got Southmoreland coming in here, not a good record, but Damon, they knocked off York a week ago. Played Greensburg-Salem to the wire last night, 52-50. So you guys are coming off a huge win, playing at home again the very next day. They're coming off a loss, but albeit a hard loss.
Yeah, definitely. And they also played Laurel Highlands pretty good. They lost by a few to them. So they're one of those scrappy teams, kind of like we are. They don't have nothing to lose, and their kids believe now. Especially anytime you play these bigger schools and they're close games, and your kids are going to have confidence, and they can be dangerous when you play a team that really is just kind of playing their hearts out, and the way they're playing these games is they're outplaying people. It's not so much their skill versus skill. They're outworking kids, and they're coming out with these close games, and so you really got to be mindset. You got to be on your toes tonight, and make sure you don't get fall into that trap of letting these kids outwork you.
I've known you long enough to know you're not one for excuses, but how much has the weather and just conditions in Western Pennsylvania have affected this season?
It's been a crazy season, but it really hasn't affected us too much. It's been affecting everybody. The flow of the year has been kind of weird because we haven't played a home game since the beginning of January, and we kind of kept, we've been practicing for a team for 3 days and find out we're not playing them. The next day we're playing somebody else. So it's been a kind of a preparation. It's kind of been kind of tricky, but for the most part, everybody had to deal with it. And so I think our kids do a good job of, once we recognize we're not playing a team, we pick up another team that we do a pretty good job getting our minds on the game at task.
Now, setting the scene for the rest of the season, you got to win out. When you look at the standings tonight, you got Southmoreland, and then you will go to York and then play Greensburg-Salem next Friday here at home. Remember last year,
Yeah,
you
I
end the
remember.
season on a 6-game losing streak, unfortunately, because you were in the driver's seat for a playoff spot. This year, it's kind of role reversed a bit. Looks like you're going to be out of the playoffs, and you can have a big win last night. You win 3, then you get in. Boy, that would be nice to set that up, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd definitely be nice. You tell our kids you just, win one game at a time. So tonight we're definitely all focused, on Southmoreland. But, as a coach, you do look at the big picture and just wondering, how we're going to prepare for this game and knowing that we still got a chance. So you got to keep that in mind. But yeah, as long, we got to take care of business. We got to really come out here with a good effort. We play pretty well at home, and it would be nice to get this one on our belt, and then we'll worry about next week. But like you said, next week will be a big week for us if it all pans out as the way we want it to. York on the road, they're a tough team. We haven't won there last year, and we had a nice team. We lost there both games, and then if it comes down to Salem at home, it's if you ask me at the beginning of the year, just give you one game, one more shot at Salem for the playoffs, we definitely take it. So right now we're fine where we're at as long as we play as hard as we can and we do the things we're supposed to do, then I think we'll come out on top.
Finally, Damon, you're pretty healthy right now. Some bumps and bruises here and there. I know TJ Balega was banged up, Luke Rodilla earlier in the season. But having maybe just 7 men deep is basically what you go out there with, roll with, so to speak. Has that taken its toll a bit at times?
A little bit. I'm not afraid to throw in, Justin Ray and Sonny Stevens, some other guys in there. But, yeah, we do rely on our top 7 for the most part. And I think the way we rotate, I think, I use all 7 of those guys as starters, and we change our lineup a good bit. And all those kids, they come off the bench and they get a 2-minute break and they go back in. So, we don't have we're not limited in substitutions to where they can't come in for each, a certain player. So I think as long as you rotate 7 or 8 kids, we'll be fine. And then when it comes down to it and you start getting some wins under your belt, the kids don't feel the injuries quite as much. And I think they get excited to get out there and they don't make excuses.
Well, you and your team have put some life back into these Trojan basketball fans. They're coming here tonight to support you and keep you on the roll to get to the postseason. Good luck tonight.
All right, thanks a lot, bud.
Head coach Damon Rause joining us here on the Westmoreland Sports Network pregame show. Stay tuned. When we come back, we'll have more as we get set for the Scotties and the Trojans from Derry Gymnasium after these messages.